Our Vice President has been an eminent lawyer. He is well respected in the field of law. And now, after having been a governor, he graces the office of the Vice President of India. Now, every functionary, and definitely the Vice President of India, takes an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws. When the Supreme Court declares the law under Article 141, that is something which has to be upheld by all parts of the government, including the executive and high constitutional authorities. So while the Vice President says he does not subscribe to the basic structure, the fact is it is the law. And I would assume, to give him the benefit of doubt, that it is a private comment and not something that he is espousing as the Vice President of India.
Well, it is disheartening to hear the person who presides over the Lok Sabha as well as the person presiding over the Rajya Sabha commenting upon another constitutional institution. And it is not as if they're doing it for the first time. There has been a concentrated series of statements against the judiciary. The judiciary now seems to be the new Nehru, a favorite whipping boy of politicians. And you keep saying things like judicial overreach. Over the past few years, if anything, the argument has often been that the judiciary has not worked where it is supposed to have worked, that the judiciary has been unnecessarily shy. But yes, judicial overreach is a good, convenient hashtag to campaign on. The Vice President of India, who has himself been a senior advocate who has practiced at the Supreme Court, ought to have at least been more generous towards the institution which he has long served before getting back into active politics.
I believe that this has to be resolved amicably. We respect all institutions, and we have to make sure that the common man who respects all institutions doesn't get confused in this whole debate. Because while everyone may be speaking academically, philosophically, or in any other manner, the fact is, for the common man, it would be a confusion where he feels that the institutions that he has faith in are not at one with each other. So I believe that the judiciary is playing its role. I believe the executive is playing its role. I believe Parliament has its role. I believe all of them have to resolve it in a very healthy manner.
So I'm finding this whole thing a little, interesting, that he has been a lawyer himself and he must have appeared in so many matters, probably questioning a legislation and or a constitutional amendment. And the fact that the Supreme Court has the power of judicial review to set aside a law made by Parliament or even a constitutional amendment is something which is very basic to any, judicial determination. So for the Vice President to say that this is, not correct, I don't understand what is the basis for him to say. Probably he has forgotten that he used to be a lawyer at some point of time, and he is, after taking the oath as the Vice President, has completely, sort of wiped out his earlier career. Because I find this to be very inappropriate for the Vice President to say that Supreme Court by having this basic structure. Just understand the implication. So the very document which establishes the government or the Supreme Court